The youth is the hope of our future. And that takes us to our program, Your Image, the public relations flagship program on TV. Today, we are focusing on the youth entrepreneurship, and being as a future leader. I have the youths who have already assembled here to look at the topic, youth as an entrepreneur and future leader. So I have with me Glory Oludare, is the founder, TRO Consult. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. It's my pleasure.
And on my immediate right, too, I have Adebayo Adebori, who also is the founder, Edwin, Education Wings. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
And on my immediate left, I have
Desalu Ayodele.
Desalu Ayodele, who is a media strategist. Yeah? I think that's it.
Social, yes, sir.
Social media strategist. Yeah. Today, we'll be looking at the opportunities that are available for the youth. We'll be looking at how youth have been developing themselves. We'll look at the assets that they have, and then we'll look at how they've been mentored. And then we're also looking at how have they been able to expose themselves to skill training and some other issues. It's nice having you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much, sir.
I'd like to say I'm glad to connect with you. You know I'm a youth.
Yes,
yes, of course.
Okay, okay. When we are talking about youth as an entrepreneur and as a future leader, is the environment conducive for that vision?
Thank you, sir, once again. As far as the Nigerian structure is concerned, historically speaking, we are still growing, and at the moment, the atmosphere condition and the condition of Nigerian system and structure is still growing, and as far as the youths are concerned, our youths are daily working on stretching out themselves outside the condition of the structure of Nigerian system. And I must tell you, sir, that the Nigerian youths of today are striving daily, thriving out of all the issues that are occurring here and there, especially the issue of the security, the terrorism, the economic factor, which is one of the most important factors when it comes to entrepreneurship. And I can say that now that as far as the Nigerian system of entrepreneurship is concerned, the youth are thriving, and we are growing day by day on that. And I believe that in the course of our growth and in the course of our navigation towards becoming better day by day, the youth can make it and they can do better.
Well, Adebori, I looked at your area of focus, which is giving education to the youth, to give them a platform to thrive in the society. How has the focus, how has it helped the youth generally?
So generally, we have been working on our vision, which is to ensure that we develop the Nigeria of our dreams, and by extension, the Africa of our dreams. A continent whereby we don't have to depend on foreign aid and people from everywhere to come and support us. Yesterday I was going through a news around, we still depending on Ukraine that is faced with current war for wheat, when we have vast land here in the continent, on the continent. So we are trying to create a platform whereby youths will be able to see the many things, the many potentials that they have. Of recent, we heard about UK giving doctors, about 228, giving them licenses to be operating in their country. That is to tell you how much they value what we have in this country. So we have, there is even a need for a mind shift as regards what entrepreneurship is around youth entrepreneurship. Before, for you to be an entrepreneur, in fact, when some people are building up our entrepreneurship training, all they will do is hairdressing, fashion design, and all that. But it has gone beyond that. What we have now is more of tech. So we have gotten to a point whereby we need to think beyond, okay, it has to be what people can see. People are working on their system and they are thriving. Another issue that we are having, which we are trying to see if government and other law enforcement agencies can also see, is the many potentials that we have online. Not when you see a youth with a laptop and you think that all the person is doing online is Yahoo. Many people are making money online, and they are not doing things that are illegitimate. So we are trying to ensure that our youths are seeing the potentials they have and the fact that they are also safe in their country, because they know that if they get out of this country, all these things that they are doing, they will be appreciated. But here in this country, even if you try to do some things that are, okay, you are working online, they'll be like, okay, what are you doing? Why are you with your phones at all times? So they begin to question things around that. So that's one of the things that we are doing to ensure that our youth see that they are needed in this country, and also that this country, they can actually thrive and become better.
Abeokuta, he just went into your area, which has to do with the social media strategy. And I looked at the opportunities that are bound for youth, for businesses, for communities, even for the nation at large. With this new trend of innovative tendencies, creativity, technology availability, and resourcefulness, how are the youth key into embracing technology and enhancing themselves, positioning themselves in the society?
Okay, well, basically, the youths are actually embracing this technology, and in terms of the fact that they are using their, many persons nowadays are on Facebook, they are on Instagram, they are on TikTok, they are on all of these different social media channels. And many times when they go on these different social media channels, they actually go there as a form of religion. Many don't actually use it as a viable instrument or a viable tool that can actually enhance their productivity as a means of projecting what they can offer to the world. Because what you must understand is that what social media has brought to us is that you can actually be sitting in the corner of your room or just in the corner of a particular place in the world, and the whole world will be looking at you. And that goes on to say that if you have that particular skill set, that particular thing that you know will be of value to people in the marketplace, you can actually right there from your room projecting it through the social media channel like Facebook. Instead of going on Facebook and watching all of the different things just to keep leisure, you can also use it as a way of projecting what you can offer to the whole world. That was some time ago, I think some months back, that was in April. I actually saw a particular tweet on Twitter that a particular guy, I've forgotten the university he graduated from, and he posted his result online. And the result whereby he actually had, he breezed through, I think it was an engineering department, and he breezed through in everything that he actually did, and he came out with, I think, about 4.9 something GP like that. And the same guy was also alluded to the fact that he posted his result too, then when he did his WAEC, and he breezed through in A's and everything. So he just posted the two together. And because of that, some persons actually reached out to him. Some foreign organizations actually reached out to him and asked that they will sponsor him and take him further to the next level. That is the opportunity that the social media has actually given to the youth. Even though the nation as we know it is not giving us that enabling environment, the internet is now a global village that gives anybody an enabling environment to project everything that they have to the whole world.
Thank you very much. Oludare, do you remember that spaces are not enough? Competition has shortened the environment in a way that, except you have initiative, except you are creative, except that you are selfless and are ready to be of service to people, the space may not be there for you. How are you coping? I could see the challenges that you people are facing. The startup, how has it been?
Well, thank you once again, sir. As the lead manager of Trust Consult is an educational consulting firm that focuses on profiling education that most schools that are facing in the country. As regards startups, I must confess that, you know, in the Nigeria economy, aside all of the things that we are working out around, there are a lot of challenges, but I believe as far as entrepreneurship is concerned, entrepreneurship does not become productive if there is no problem around it to be solved. And one of the major key to bringing out productivity, creativity, and innovation in any society, in any economy, is by finding out a problem that fits in with your skill or with your inherent gifting. And one of the things we have always observed is that as far as Nigeria is concerned, Nigeria has too many problems that entrepreneurs can give birth to. And I believe that, you know, that we have a lot of problems that digital tech has given us the platform to create solutions around it. And as far as startup is concerned today, there are so many Nigerian youth that are thriving in the midst of all of those challenges, and those challenges are making them to become resilient. They are making them to be consistent at what they are doing, even though the space is not enough. The space that is not in the midst of the space that is not enough, you must bear with me, sir, that now we have what we call remote work. The remote, you can be in the middle of your room, in the middle of anywhere in your room, and navigate to the world. You can be employed right in your room, because today's world is now the world of remote workers who can use their laptop and also join a company and solve the problem where they are. And that is the reason, like our speaker here said the other time, he was talking about using the social media platform to solving the problem while in the midst of your room. And that is that is the biggest space anybody can utilize. There are so many problems in Nigeria, but if we are looking at the problem and not looking at the solution, we may not be able to get to where we are going, because in the midst of the problems are solutions. Before I round off, sir, let me give you a short story to back up what I'm trying to say. Some set of young guys from Bata several years ago, around 1949, according to a book, they were sent to Africa by Bata Company. You must remember Bata Company, sir. So they were sent to African country, and the first country that they went to, they discovered that they were not wearing any shoe. Now, the first set of people that they sent there said, we cannot go to that country. Those countries, they are not wearing shoes. And so there's no opportunity.
Well, that's the land of opportunity.
Yes, sir. So after a year, another set of individuals were sent to that country. And when they got to the country, they did their research. They made a lot of record back to their company. By the time the manager of the company at the moment saw what they wrote, he engaged them in some discussion, and they told him that is where we can navigate, that is where we can launch our company to African countries and also have branches.
Yeah.
And that is how the space that some people have said that there is no opportunity, there is no...
It has to do with vision.
Yes, sir. And that also goes back to what I was saying, that in the midst of the problems, without no motivation, because what I'm saying is not about motivation, it is about what you see and how you see. So,
okay, beyond the issue of motivation, yes, I think let's come together and do a kind of search, mind searching.
Okay.
Adebori, you will know that Even when the platform is viral, is opening, and people are receptive, till some people, to the youths, certain characters have been an impediment. What role or what traits do you think youth of nowadays should possess to engender them, to connect them to opportunities that are available in the society?
The truth is, it is very easy to get, okay, probably we are talking about...
Talking about qualities.
Yes.
Yeah.
That the youth should possess,
Yes.
to endear them to various opportunities that are available.
Yeah. I think one of it is the way they present themselves, access to networking. Yesterday I was discussing with some teachers, we had a training, and then one of the things that we mentioned is around emotional education. You know, it's important for us to know that we are all different. So, and then it's important for us to note that when we are relating with people, we'll also relate with them on that note. Some people have some weird belief around themselves that, okay, this is who I am, this is what I can do, then so if you are not going to align with what I am, then so that is all. And then we are getting to a point whereby some of our youths are seeing themselves as, okay, oh, things are changing. All these things that you used to do, morality, we are trying to push morality away. And the truth is, nobody will want to deal with someone that is not honest. So as
someone that does not have integrity.
Exactly. Integrity.
Someone that does not have the ability to provide service.
Exactly.
If you don't have confidence, I mean, it's something that will be restricting you, limiting you.
Yes.
To areas of opportunities.
Exactly.
And we still have so many other areas. So, the digital strategist.
Okay, well, talking about the qualities that the youth of today should possess. Well, basically, he made a very important point about the fact that they have an emotional intelligence, emotional education, which is actually a soft skill that is mostly required by many of organizations when working with them. And also another important thing again that I believe the youth should have is that apart from the fact that they should have emotional intelligence, they should also be confident in expressing themselves, as in expressing the fact that they can deliver. Like just like one of us identified here that, okay, somebody came to a particular place and then saw an opportunity. I'm sure that when they saw the opportunity, they actually were confident enough in expressing the opportunity to those that are actually around them. They were confident enough in actually putting down what they have seen as in expressing it in terms of business plan and then communicating it effectively to people or organizations that they feel would actually, support them and help them go forward. So that's one thing I feel the youth of today should actually have. Entrepreneurship is important, but much more important than that, you have to believe in yourself. You have to be confident that yes, this particular opportunity that you have seen is viable and it's something that if I pursue it, it will help solve a particular problem that will eventually be advantageous to a lot of people.
Well, thank you very much. Olugare, when you look at area of skill training, what opportunities, how much of a support have you got?
Thank you very much, sir. Our support has always been personal. It has always been from what we have. It has always been personal. It has not been from anybody. And that has always been by providence, divine providence. Let me use the word. And the skill training, because of the level of the potentials that we have at Truck Consult, the individuals at Truck Consult, we were able to see what we have and what we can give to the society. And that's one of the reasons why we have created a platform, especially in the area of digital technology. We have created a school called Truck Leadership and Entrepreneurship Academy. It's a school, purely a school of entrepreneurship and school of leadership that It is one thing for you to be an entrepreneur. It is yet another thing for you to discover the leadership in you. Because discovering your leadership gifting is the first before your entrepreneurship. Because how are you going to be a successful entrepreneur if you have not been able to lead yourself? And in line with the question, sir, we must also look at the foundation of skill training in Nigeria. Of course, there are a lot of skill companies, institutions that are doing training today. And one of the things that we have found out as a consulting firm is that we discover that our leadership concept is missing, and it is as a result of the historical miseducation that we have.
What do you mean by that?
Now, thank you so much. Let me give you a history. If you look at Nigeria, for instance, Nigeria was under we were colonized for 100 years under the British masters, and during those periods, we must understand the fact that for a set of people who have been colonized for 100 years, so many things will be at loss. Number one is the identity blueprint. We lost our identity. We do not know who we are as a Nigerian country. Let me give you a little information. Nigerian people, not even youth now, Nigerian people are the most blessed people. We are so gifted. We have the ingenuity. We have the skills. Why are we having our people outside the country? Why are we having them running to other foreign countries? If not because we have failed in identifying who we are, what we have, and what we can do to solving the problems around us. And another thing is that we lost a mindset that is not after our identity. So it's giving us a problem. That is the reason why our country today is facing a lot of challenges. And of course, we know that there has been a lot of government, they are trying in their way anyway, but then we are not focusing on where we are supposed to focus on. And that's why, if you listen to the news more often, you will hear people say, we need restructure, we need mind restructure. But we cannot have a restructure in this country if we do not identify who we are. I'm talking about mental faculty and identity.
So briefly, you are providing an opportunity to further develop the youth.
Yes.
So what do you say about this training that is coming up?
Yeah, thank you, sir. The program that is coming, we call it Ogo Youth Leadership Summit. There are 3 things that we are going to be focusing on. Number one is we are focusing on bringing back the mind of our youth back to who they are. We are bringing their mind back to what they have that some of them don't even know that they have. And we also want to empower them to focus on what they have instead of going on Japa like most of us are.
Well, maybe we'll have to explain that when next next week. Just a short one from you, Adebayo.
So we are sure that
just a word of encouragement for the youth.
Yes, the youth in Nigeria, we are the best in the whole world.
Yes.
We are highly sorted. We are highly sorted after all over the world. So let us just have this mind of we can do it. We should always have a positive mindset around ourselves, and we should always note that whatever we put our minds to, we can definitely achieve it.
As a social media strategist,
the enabling environment that you're actually looking for is that phone in your hand. And with that phone in your hand, all you just have to do is put on your camera, go on live, share what you have, share that particular information that you know will bring that solution that is credible,
that will add value,
that will add value to the people, that will indeed solve the imminent problems that people are facing, and then you win.
Well, if we are to share any information, ensure that it is factual. Understand the source that is coming from, and do not create fear, panic in the society. It is on this note that we're going to end this chat with our youths. These are promising people, and these are hope of the future. Viewers, until next week, join us to continue this discussion, and let us create a veritable tool and atmosphere for the youth to try. Thank you for being with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And thank you too.
Thank you for
So, till next week, I bid you bye. Join us for youth development. Thank you so much.